Hey everybody, it's good to be back. My name is Bill and it's been a while. I haven't put a video up probably in about a year and a half, or not quite that long, but it's been over a year. And I know some of you are probably wondering where I went, and life happens. That's all I can say. But I'm back and I'm more focused than ever. And here's the thing I want you to hear right up front from the start is it's never too late. As I spent time, I had to focus my energy in another part of my life, and things going on, and I had to put my business on the back burner. And I thought a lot about it, and just really felt kind of asked myself if it was even worth it, and at times just really became discouraged. And so what I realize is it's never too late, that no matter what we've been through, if you're over 50, in my case, I'm well over 50. I'm in my 60s. It doesn't matter what we've been through, how old we are, whatever our setbacks have been, whatever time you feel like you've lost, it is never too late. So I just really want to just put that out there to encourage you that it's never too late to start to build something real and meaningful. And that's what I came back, and I'm focused more than ever on that. Excuse me. So before I tell you what I'm working on, I want to address something that I think a lot of you have experienced, or that you feel, and that is that when you see a lot of in network marketing is hype, and it's the flashy cars, the fake income screenshots, the promises that sound too good to be true, because they are. People get burned out. They have been sold a dream and turned into a nightmare. They walked away feeling like failures. They walked away feeling like they've been lied to, and that's not on them. That's on the hypesters. And I don't believe that it's even on the industry or the companies. I mean, it's people out there just trying to recruit anybody they can. And there's the type of hypesters in every industry. But I'm done with dealing with that approach, and I'm done with that just being in that mess. And so one of the things I thought a lot about was, how do I differentiate or separate myself and people that I work with from that? How do I find people that aren't all caught up in that? So what I am building is different, and it's not different because I say it's different. It's different because the foundation is really built on honesty, and it's not about recruiting warm bodies or about pitching your relative or your cousin at Thanksgiving. And so it's really built, like I said, on honesty. And what I'm going to do, is I'm doing this video in one take. I've got my notes in front of me, in case you can't already tell, and just going to take action. And I'm going to share some really valuable content and share with you what I'm doing. And then what I am going to do is come back weekly, and share updates, maybe more often than that, and keep you posted. But what I really wanted to do was create something that really kind of brought people together that weren't just like-minded, but people that would take action. So it's about going into the cold market, not in, these are people who don't know you yet, and you don't know yet. It's really in that cold market. It's about attracting the right people, and people who are serious, people who want to build, people who are willing to do the work. Because here's what I've learned is that the right recruit or the right person in your business is worth 10 wrong ones. And, that's a whole nother subject. But to be transparent, the system requires work. This is not a set it, forget it. It's no pie in the sky. It requires work. You're going to be creating content. You're going to be showing up consistently. You're going to have days when you feel like it's slow, or you're wondering if it's even working. And that's part of the process. That's part of being in any business. But I'm not going to sugarcoat that, and I'm not going to try to tell you that it's not anything short of what I just mentioned. But what I can tell you is that when you follow a real framework and you stay consistent, it compounds. It's kind of like the old flywheel, and I love that analogy. That's one of those terms that gets thrown around a lot. But a flywheel is usually on an old gas or diesel motor, And the idea was that it took a lot of energy to get it going, but once it got going, it was almost unstoppable. And so we want to build that kind of momentum into our business. And we do that with people that you attract that respect the same work ethic and are committed the same as you are. And those are the people you want on your team. But the system and foundation I'm building is built around 4 core pillars. And I'll walk you through them just briefly. I can't go into detail because it would take hours. But the first is attraction, and this is about becoming visible or being visible to those people that would be interested in what you are working on or your business. You do this through creating content that speaks to the right people, that positions you as someone worth listening to. It would generally speak to a challenge or a problem and provide, an opportunity or a solution to their problem. The second is to capture those people. So once people find you, you need a way to connect with them, a way to carry on a conversation. So you get them on your mailing list. You get them into your world, your ecosystem, so you can continue the conversation. The first is attraction, and this is about being visible to those people you don't know, creating content that speaks to these people and positions you as someone that they really find worth listening to, or they want to hear what you have to say. The second is capture, and so once you find people, you need a way of connecting with them. So you do this by getting them on your mailing list and into your world and your ecosystem. So you can continue to have this conversation with them and build that relationship that is so important. To back up, and the third is conversion, and this is where you take someone who's interested and walk them through a decision with no pressure, just clarity, value, and just an honest conversation. And the idea is that once you get to that place, and they join, this is activation. And when they join, that's just the first step. What you want to do is get them building something and seeing those early wins as quick as possible. And those 4 pillars are the backbone of everything I'm building. And each pillar is interrelated to the rest or the one next to it. So if there's a problem with one, then the other 3 are going to suffer. And the idea is that it's easier to troubleshoot that way. So here's where you come in. I want to know who's with me on this. And if this resonates with you, and if you're tired of the hype, and if you're ready to build something real and you want to follow along with me as I build my system here, I'm going to, and you want a system that actually works, then drop a comment below right now and just say I'm in or I'm interested. That's it. That simple action tells me who's serious, and you'll be one of the first people to know when this launches. I appreciate every single one of you who has stuck around, and this is just the beginning. I'm super excited, and I've put a lot of work into what I've got. I've got a lot of work to go. I just want to start letting people know what I'm working on. And it's a great time to subscribe so you can get my weekly notifications on my videos. So I'll see you in the next one.